everyone. So the last time that I did sort of a get ready with me, I did a Moaning Myrtle Monday, which if you don't know is something I usually do on my Instagram. Every Monday I share fun facts and nerd out about the wizarding world. I did a get ready with me makeup Moaning Myrtle on Monday. Who knows when? Forever ago. Anywho, the point is I did it. And I also did a Things Disney Villains Taught Me on my page. Sorry, and that seems to be a hit. So instead of doing Moaning Myrtle Monday, I'm going to do Things That Disney Villains Taught Me. It's probably going to be part 1 because I could honestly probably say a lot of things because I know a lot of things about Disney villains and stuff. Anywho, but let's get into it. If I can get whatever's in my eye out of my eye. So if you see me looking over here to my right, it's because that's where my mirror is, being honest. And then the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use is Wicked Sisters Cosmetics Santeria II. This is a great, just like all-in-one palette. It has everything. Oh wait, let me take it off so it's not so shiny. Sorry. It has literally everything. Like, oh my god, y'all! I saw this and I bought it because I just had to have it because I just need all the colors, right? Right. Great, wonderful. I know a lot of people do like Things Disney Villains Taught Me. So like I know this isn't like a new concept. And I'm also a lot more stranger. I can promise you that. I'm a lot more probably weirder than the other people who have done Things That Disney Villains Taught Me. I think the very first Things That Disney Villains Taught Me that I've ever seen was like Jenna Marbles back in the day. So you know I'm like talking back in the day. Okay, we're talking Jenna Marbles. But that was like 100 years ago. A lot of other people have done it since then. So, cahoots to them. But I'm going to do my version because I think that I'm funny. And no one else does. Actually, I'm just kidding. A lot of people do. And I don't really know why. Oh, God. Okay, so first, this Revlon, okay? I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Mostly because there's like a weird like perfumey smell, which I don't like anything scented. So like anything scented, like just don't sign me up for it. And it has like this really weird scent. It's also kind of a little bit oily, and I usually prefer a more like matte based. For no other reason other than I just don't like to shine on my face. I shine bright like a diamond, but I don't want to shine like that on my face because I'm in the sun a lot and that would be just glary and weird. This color also doesn't exactly match my skin tone, but you know what? I won't tell if you won't. Cool. I'm also going to do a very condensed version of my makeup routine because like I said, I really am only doing this because I needed to test products out. And then I need to, you know, shoot a bunch of other content. It's what we call batching. So that's literally the only reason that I'm doing this, because I kid you not, the second that this video is done and I'm done shooting everything I need to shoot, I'm taking it off. Like, I'm not wearing this all day. Like, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm gonna put this on and then I'm gonna just take it off and go to bed. You could call me wasteful if you'd like, but I don't care because it's my money that I'm spending, not yours. Imagine that. Okay. See, very condensed. So things Disney villains taught me. Part 1. Let's start with Lady T. Who is Lady T, you ask? Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. So if you don't know, Lady Tremaine is Cinderella's stepmother, her evil stepmother. So when Cinderella was very young, and by very young I mean like maybe like 5, 6, 7, her mom passed away. I'm assuming for health plaguey reasons. And her father felt that she needed a woman influence in her life, so he decided to remarry, but he remarried a woman who had 2 children of her own, as to think that, you know, because this woman already had daughters, that she would love his daughter like her own. And while her father was alive, they were all very civil, obviously. Her stepmother was nice to her, and her stepmother treated her like a human being, but obviously favored her own children over our dear old Cindy. Like, let's be real. I'm gonna favor the human that I pushed out of my lady bits over some strange man's kid that I just married, okay? Like, sorry, not sorry, but anyhow. Also too, guys, just to forewarn you, I really don't know what I'm doing when I do my makeup. I would say about 90% of the time, I'm just painting my face and hoping it comes out great. Like, I'm not kidding. I do the most random things. They don't really make sense sometimes. It is what it is. Anyhow. So, unfortunately, Cinderella's family fell in hardship, and her father needed to start traveling for work. And that meant that he would be gone for prolonged periods of time. Now, when he was gone for prolonged periods of time, that left her stepmother in charge of the house, obviously. Her stepmother wasn't very nice. So, unfortunately, during one of Cinderella's father's trips, he did not make it home. He passed away, and so her stepmother was in charge. But they were still in financial hardship, so she basically fired everyone that they had on staff and was like, okay, Cindy, you're now going to be everything. You're going to be the cook, the clean, whatever. I don't know why I'm giving you a history of this. Anyhow. Things Disney villains taught me. Let's just get to it. I don't know why I'm telling you this backstory of Lady Tremaine, as if anyone actually cares about that heathen woman. Okay, so Lady T. The things that Lady T taught me: love your ugly children, okay? Just love them. Because, one, you gave birth to them. So, like, if they're ugly, or if you don't think they're attractive, that's your fault. You know that, right? Like, it's not their fault that they look the way they do. Like, you gave birth to them. So, like, maybe don't be a douchebag. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. But what do I know? Actually, I do know, because I have a child. Just love your ugly children, okay? It's not their fault that they're ugly. It's your fault that they're ugly. So if anybody's to blame for their ugliness, it's you. It's freaking you, okay? So love them, because if you don't, then they will eventually turn on you and not give a flying hootenanny about you, because you don't deserve it. So just be nice to your quote-unquote ugly children. Just be nice to your children in general, but like, don't be mean to your ugly children. Even if you think that they're like overweight, if you think that they're not pretty, if you think that they're not athletic, if you think that they're not talented, if you think that they're whatever, just freaking love them, because at the end of the day, that's your fault that they're none of those things. You gave them life. They are a part of you. So it's either your fault or their father's fault. It's y'all's fault. So you can't really be hating and be giving them this hard time, because like, they inherited this stuff from you. Okay? You made them. They didn't just come out of nowhere with random traits, okay? You made them. So it's your fault they look like that. Or it's your fault they act like that. 2, maybe don't hold a grudge on your new husband's child, because you may or may not have accidentally heard your husband say that he misses his dead wife, okay? Because like, your husband died. You don't miss your dead husband. You don't miss the father of your children. He's dead. You don't miss him. So you really gonna get mad because he said that? Like, come on now. And I'm referring to actually the live action version of Cinderella, where she walks in on Cinderella and her father. She's like, do you miss her? I miss her so much. And he's like, yes, very much. I miss her every day. I always think about her, blah, 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 blah. So then, like, the stepmom overhears and, like, catches an attitude. Like, girl, do you not miss your husband? Like, really? Low expectations. And then, obviously, when Cinderella gets the news that her father has passed, like, the person, okay, that was kind of the messenger's fault, where he's like, he only spoke of you and your mother until the end. And it's like, dude, you just said that in front of his new wife. Like, that's really freaking rude. But like, again, not the child's fault. You should not be taking that out on Cinderella, okay? It is not her fault. She's a child. Another thing that Lady Tremaine has taught me is that being a stepmom is not for the weak. Okay? Being a stepmom is not for the weak. I'm going to say that again. If you are a step-parent, if you are a bonus parent, if you are a bonus mom, a bonus dad, like, hallelujah to you, because you literally are raising / loving a child because you want to. You are loving someone else's child because you legitimately want to, because you love your spouse so much that you eventually love their child. So like, you love these children on purpose. So like, if you don't love these children on purpose, like, don't become a step parent, okay? Because being a step parent is not for the weak. I am not a step parent, okay? I am not a bonus mom. I have a godchild who's also my niece, and I love her to my core. But like, I'm also not her parent. I'm the parent that gets to come in and sprinkle fairy dust and then leave, okay? That's what TT gets to do, okay? Great, wonderful. So don't become a step parent if you're not prepared to love somebody else's child. Because at the end of the day, you really don't love that person. If you can't love their child and their baggage, then you shouldn't be with them. Like, just don't be with that person, okay? Great. Let them find somebody who's better than you, because you clearly suck. Now let's talk about Jafar. Okay? Jafar, if you don't know, is from Aladdin. And he's just... I still have so many questions about his character, because like, I don't get his character's point, really. Because like, okay, so I know that he wants to be like the most powerful and like be the king and like blah 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 blah, but like the way he's trying to get there, it just doesn't make sense. Like there are other ways to become king without doing all that extra stuff that he did. Like I just think he was extra. But I will say one thing that Jafar taught me is that power always comes at a cost. That's what they say. Like magic comes at a cost. Power comes at a cost. Okay? Power is not free. It's not free. Sorry, I had to like go delete a bunch of videos because my phone sucks, okay? I'll be honest. And I really need a new one, but I just haven't done it yet. So like I have like no storage. And I just got back from Disney's 100th, so like my I don't know why I have this brush. Like I have no room in my memory for like literally anything. But anywho, so Jafar, right? That's what we're talking about. Great, wonderful. So Jafar, okay? Power comes at a cost. And sometimes that cost is a tiny bottle if you're not careful. And not even the good type of tiny bottles. Because you know what he just could have done? He could have just, like, I don't know. He was literally the Sultan's right-hand man, okay? He could have just not been a sketchy mofo and, like, just, I don't know, done a mediocre job and like retired with like land and money and stuff. Things that kings do for their people, okay? That's what he could have done. But no, he was like, I have to be in charge for who knows why. Like, I still do not know why he wanted to be king. I, to this day, do not know why anybody on any of these movies and shows and hoopla are fighting over being kings and queens and all this jazz, because it honestly sounds like a freaking nightmare. Running a kingdom sounds like crap. Like, I'll pass, thanks. Like, thanks, but no thanks. No thank you. I'm good, thanks. I'll pass. You know? Okay, so I said that this look was going to be neutral, but like, that just didn't happen. It is what it is. Whatever. So yeah. Being all evil and crap. Bro, you subjected yourself to getting stuck in a bottle. Like, good job. Good job. And how you've been plotting all of this for who knows how long, right? Like, we don't know how long Jafar's been plotting this, right? We don't know. He could have been plotting this from the day he was born. Because he told Aladdin that he was also a street rat. You know what I mean? And he rose to power. He rose and stepped on people to get to where he was. Great. Wonderful. I'm so glad that you got where you needed to be by being a douchebag. But, like, also, bro, you see how hard it is to run a kingdom. Why do you want to? Nothing about being a king or queen in any of these freaking movies or freaking fandoms or literally anything sounds like being a king or queen is fun. It sounds miserable, okay? Hard pass. Hard freaking pass. I would rather be that crazy relative in the background who maybe has one or too many margaritas, okay? That's where I'm gonna be. I want to run a kingdom. Ew. No thank you. Yuck. Pass. So Jafar, bro, you did not play that smart. You plotted all of this stuff. You did all of these things to get Aladdin to like go, recover the bottle, and it's so much planning and scheming, and like you literally were tricked in like 5 minutes of like being trapped or like being manipulated into like becoming a genie. Like, you should feel stupid. You don't deserve to be king, sir, because you don't make good choices. Okay? Great. Now let's do Gaston. I'm not a fan, okay? I'm not a fan of Gaston. I don't like Gaston, mostly because I just don't really like men who don't consent. I know that's like the big, like, thing. It's like, look, if you ask somebody to marry you, okay, and like they say no, like, take that for what it is. It's a no. It's a no from me, dog. Like, that's fine. It's fine. Not everybody's going to love you. And like, if you don't understand that, like, then that's a you problem. Okay? That's not a Belle problem. Now, do I think Belle comes with her own issues? Yes, I think she comes with a lot of baggage, sir. So like, maybe you dodged a bullet. Maybe you should have kidnapped her, because that seemed to work for the Beast, right? I think that was like the only thing that Gaston did not do. He did not kidnap her. Like, that's what apparently you needed to do. Force her to be in the same room with you. She had the ability to run away. Beast didn't give her the ability to run. Therefore, she fell in love. Anywho, but the things that Gaston taught me is like, no means no. Okay, no means no. That should be a lesson for everybody already, but like, the fact that it's 2023 and I still have to reiterate that like, no means no, that's the lesson there. No means no. So if somebody tells you no, guess what the answer is? The answer is no. The answer is freaking no. So don't try nothing. Don't be sneaky. Don't be rapey. Don't be none of that. Just take no for an answer and find somebody else. I mean, really. You had all those other not horrible looking hookers eyeballing you, okay? Go to one of them. They'll love you as much as you love yourself. I promise you. Also, too, thing that also was always concerning to me, I don't really know if it's like a legitimate concern. It could just be like a me thing. Like, I'm just overthinking this. But like, raw eggs. Who voluntarily just eats raw eggs? Like, I'm sorry, raw eggs do not make you get large. And that's coming from a former personal trainer. Raw eggs do not make you get large. And if you're eating raw eggs, like, you probably have gotten salmonella. Like, you're gonna get salmonella. You're gonna get, who knows what? You don't just go around eating raw food like that, okay? It's not a vegetable. You can't just go eat it. And even some vegetables, you still can't be eaten raw like that. Like, that's just nasty. That's just nasty. You can't just go around be eating raw eggs. Come on now. I know your mama did not raise you to eat raw eggs. She did not raise you to eat raw eggs, because that's just nasty. Just cook them, okay? Just cook them. I promise you. You'll be fine. And you won't hurl, okay? Great. Gaston, get it together. Next we have Mother Gothel. Now, I do have to probably give a little bit of backstory on Mother Gothel. Because if you did not know, Mother Gothel is a 1,000-year-old witch in the animated series, in the animated part of Tangled. She's 1,000. And in the Once Upon a Time, which I would be like the live action, I guess, she is a wood nymph. I'm pretty sure it's a wood nymph. She's a wood nymph. So like, her life is in the woods, right? Now, maybe this is not even really what Disney villains taught me, but like, yes, actually, it would be what Disney villains taught me. Don't steal from nature and expect there to be no consequences. Because here's what happened. Y'all was out here, okay? Mother Gothel has just been living her life for 1,000 years. It doesn't look like she was bothering nobody. Nobody was bothering her. She wasn't bothering nobody. She was minding her business, okay? Minding her business. But y'all came along because your queen was dying, which, okay, I know. That's hard. Nobody wants to see their queen or their loved ones die. But, like, did you have to take the whole freaking flower? No, you did not. That flower had been there for over 1,000 years, clearly. And you just yank it about the ground, take it for yourself, and ingest the whole thing. I'm sorry. Excuse me? You just made an entire plant extinct. Rude. So you know what? I ain't even mad at Mother Gothel for taking Rapunzel so she could remain young and beautiful, because that is how she had been living for the last 1,000 years until y'all came up in here and mess with her stuff. Don't mess with 1,000-year-old witches, number one, okay? Because they're older than you. And number two, don't steal things from nature. I mean, come on. Come on. Have we not learned anything? Global warming, people? What happens when you steal from nature? The world, like, almost blows up. So don't do it. Just don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. Promise me. Promise me you won't do it. This is my warning to you. Just say no. Now, Once Upon a Time's version of Mother Gothel is even kind of more horrific, honestly. I'm being honest, it's kind of even more horrific. So, in the Once Upon a Time version of Mother Gothel, humans killed an entire species of wood nymphs. For I don't even know why. I've watched it twice and I still have no idea why they were just out here killing wood nymphs. Like, they just came in and were like, okay, well, we're gonna kill you and we're gonna take all of your magical plants for ourselves. Thanks. Peace out, Girl Scout. And you expected to just get away with that? You're hilarious. Humans are hilarious. So Mother Gothel's plan in Once Upon a Time was to literally exact her revenge on humanity and exterminate them for mass genocide. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty justified to me. I ain't mad at you, girl. I ain't mad at you at all. I'm with you. Where do I sign up? Because that's just rude. That's just rude. You exterminate an entire race of people, an entire species of magical creatures, and you just expect them to just be okay with it? You're hilarious. Hilarious. And idiotic, too. Like, y'all should have seen that one coming. Okay. I'm now going to do the Color Stay Suede ink by Revlon. Like I said, this also has a really weird perfumey taste to it, which, like, bothers me only because, like, it's on my lips, so, like, I'm not tasting it on purpose, but, like, it's annoying. But anyhow. Next we have Ursula. A fan fave. I love Ursula, okay? Ursula is the vibe. I don't really know what that means. People have just been saying it to me recently. They tell me I'm the vibe. Again, I don't really know what that means, but that's fine. Anywho, Ursula. man, did Ursula give us a lot of life lessons. I feel like I learned a lot of life lessons from Auntie Ursula, okay? And here's how. Sorry, I'm not very good at applying lipstick, so I got smeared it everywhere. Lesson number 1. The line of succession is important. Okay, and I'm just talking about, like, so there's a theory that Ursula is actually King Triton's sister. Hold on, I'm gonna do this off camera real quick. Okay, just for this. There is a fan theory that Ursula is actually King Triton's sister, which would make sense as to why she's vengeful AF, right? Because she would technically be the firstborn heir, therefore when her father Poseidon passed, she would be the queen. Obviously, since everything in the world is patriarchy, that did not happen, and King Triton became king. Ursula didn't like that because she was like, no, I'm supposed to be in charge. I'm the eldest. So then she started, like, dabbling into magic so she could, like, get her crown back, and he banished her. And magic always comes with a price, and her price was tentacles and turning purple. So, in order to exact her revenge, she came for her niece. Easy target. Ariel was an easy target because she's stupid. Okay, let's be honest. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Little Mermaid. I'm here for the Little Mermaid. I even feel like I look like the new Little Mermaid. I could be the new Little Mermaid. But, like, she's an idiot, guys. Okay? Don't be mean to your siblings, because if you're mean to your siblings, they will literally come for your children, because they do not care. There's just too much history of bad behavior. Like, they're just going to come for your kids. So be nice to your siblings. The second thing that Ursula taught me, okay, is, like, I need to teach my child what legally binding contracts are. Apparently at a normal age, because, like, she just was like, okay, let me just sign this legally binding contract. I'm sorry, what? You didn't even read the fine print. First of all, if you've ever watched The Little Mermaid, Ariel's like this signing her name. You ain't even read it. So we need to learn that not only do we need to understand contracts, but we need to read them before we sign them. Because you can't be surprised when mama comes to collect and you're like, no, this isn't right. But daddy, I love him. No, that's your fault. Because you didn't know what you were signing, because you out here signing stuff with your eyes closed. Come on now. That's just a duh. At least read it. Like, at least read what you're signing. If nothing else, if you do not understand contracts, like, that's a problem in itself. But, like, read it. You ain't even read it. And also, too, like, if it's legally binding, that means that the laws of Atlantica mean that Ariel is of an age to sign a legally binding contract. So if you have a child who is of legal age to sign a contract, you need to teach them what those are. Or you need to change the laws of Atlantica. Because I know most places you cannot sign these things without a parent or legal guardian present. But in Atlantica, apparently that's okay. So you need to change the rules. Or teach your kid how to read contracts and know what the heck they're signing before they freaking sign it. Otherwise, they're stuck in this contract and have no voice and legs, and they're miserable. And then you have to go stab your own sibling because your daughter's an idiot. Rude. Anywho, this is how it turned out. I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. It's very basic. Honestly, this is probably as neutral as I'll go, if I'm being honest. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me paint my face and talk about the things that Disney villains taught me, and I will probably post a part 2 because boy do I have opinions. So if you liked this video, make sure that you hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe because I make weird videos all the time. I even make really weird shorts. You can also follow me on my Instagram @_villainousventures. And I'm pretty weird over there too. So, you know, feel free to like, subscribe, follow, and just enjoy my weirdness. Okay? Everybody stay villainous.